Come on in. What are we hunting tonight? Why don't you just decloak and have a seat right over there? That's right, right over there. Why? Well, because this is Predator and Prey. Which are you? I'm Chris Hansen.
Yes, HOTU clan members, welcome back. We are back here on the dropship on Yautja Prime. You're with both of your HOTU clan members, Justin, the OWLF. Justin, how are you going?
Not too bad, Ray. How about yourself?
Pretty good on this cycle of ceremony, Justin. I've supped on my cup of blood and I've gone through the initiation. How about yourself? You come through clean, I understand. You're all good now?
Yes. Yeah. My the spores that I ingested on Genna have finally worked their way mostly through my system. There's a little bit of residual slime left in there, but most of it got expelled.
I love it, Justin. For any first-time listeners have probably no idea what we're talking about. But, that's the nature of this beast. We're chaotic. We're a chaotic race, aren't we, Justin? We're a chaotic race.
That's right. And it gives them more impetus to go back and listen to our older episodes so they can know what we're talking about.
Good point. And absolutely. So albeit a bit of slime residue and all the ceremonies, the bare-chested kneeling in front of some sort of Yautja priest. Justin and I are back here for our continuation of the more recent release of a Predator comic through Marvel and 20th Century. For those with the video, you can see it there up on screen. We're looking at Predator Black, White, and Blood, issue 2. Now, Justin, you and I had a field day with issue 1.
Yeah.
In between this second issue and that one, have you been reading anything trophy-worthy?
Not really, no. I'm a little behind on my new stuff, so I've got to get caught up on that. I've got to get caught up on my Moon Knight and my JSA over at DC and a couple other things. So, yeah, I've got some reading to do. I've got some catching up to do, I think.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun. Yeah.
Something that we don't often talk about, Justin, as well, and I know you've mentioned before, some writing. Have you been writing? I'm just throwing this out. We have not rehearsed this, people, putting Justin on the spot here, but yeah, any writing happening of late? Justin?
I have actually. I've been doing some writing over the winter break, and I'm taking a break from those fiction short stories to work on an idea for a comic book story.
Nice.
Because for years now, I've had basically 2 story ideas for Moon Knight brewing in my head. For if I ever got a chance to work for Marvel and they let me do 1 issue of Moon Knight, I came up with a self-contained story that would fit into 1 issue of Moon Knight. But my other favorite hero over at DC is Dr. Fate. And I still had yet to come up with a story for him. So I think I've been going over his old Golden Age stuff to get some inspiration. And I think I've nailed down a story for him. So I'm going to start working on that and fleshing that out finally.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Now, I know you always keep busy with some writing, so I was just kind of curious. Yeah, it's good to hear. Like, it's a couple of titans of the game, Moon Knight and Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sometime I'll have to share with you my script for the Moon Knight story. I think you'll like it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I
Yeah,
definitely. For those who don't know, I'm a big Moon Knight fan as well. So, would
yeah. That's how
definitely.
me and Ray met
Yeah,
originally. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. I know. Seems like
Yes.
a fair
Yeah.
while ago, Justin. When I had
It
black hair,
does. Yeah.
but you know.
And I had more hair.
But no, that's great stuff. The other thing as well, I just want to throw out there as well, because I had been thinking about it as well, Justin. The fanfic that we had for Predator. I know that
Oh,
you,
yes. I
I,
thought about that the other day too. Yeah.
yeah. Apologies. I've got to say again,
The Golden
apologies.
Scepter.
Oh no, the fanfic for so apologies to Rasucha and Small Knife who are not with us again. Hopefully we can grab them soon. But all four of us, remember we did like a chapter each of the Predators.
Oh,
We did the
yes.
story. Like I was like,
Yes.
oh, that was so much fun. I'd like to actually try and continue that
Yeah.
with another chapter. But I don't know. Would you be keen?
Yeah, definitely. We could do that every year, write a new
Yeah.
chapter every year.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I love that idea.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is
Yeah.
a timely spot to then, of course, plug our Discord. So be sure to check out the Predator and Prey podcast Discord server. It's got some really cool fans in there as well. We're just fans as well. We like to share our stuff. Just go over there, say hello. We're more than likely to respond and see how you feel about some issues, the movies. Actually, Justin as well. I reminded myself, Rasucha dropped us something
Mm.
in regard to action figures.
Yes, we have a little bit of hardcore news for this episode.
Yes. with what's his name? Tony. Oh, I can't remember his name. Yeah, the streets are running red. Yeah, that.
The streets are running red with blood. Where's the mayor?
Yeah. Yeah, some hardcore news, Justin. Rasucha has identified. Was it I don't know. Is it WWF, WWE these days? What's the wrestling?
I think it's WWE.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's the current acronym,
Okay.
if I remember right.
So we have a callback to the 80s. Jesse the Body Ventura, and for those that I'm sure you know, he is also known as Blaine from the original Predator movie. And there's this special edition, right, Justin? Correct me if I'm wrong. Includes accoutrement from Predator to make Jesse look like Blaine.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember in the picture that Rasucha sent us if he has a chain gun.
Ooh.
But if not, they should add that to that package.
Absolutely. I just remember the hat.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hat.
The hat, his kind of indelible hat. So go check it out if you're
iconic.
into. Oh, very iconic. And if you're into, and so's the Gatling gun, so's the chain gun, so they should have it. Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe wrestlers aren't allowed to have weapons. I don't know, but
I don't know. Maybe.
yeah. But go check it out, HOTU clan members, if you are so inclined to add to your collection. So,
And we had a bit of news about Arnold.
oh yes,
as well, remember?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger recently revealed that he had been in talks with Dan Trachtenberg about reprising the role of Dutch in a future project. So that's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
That is huge. As well, alongside, it sounded. I saw the clip of the convention that Arnie was at, or the interview that he had, and he confirmed three things. He confirmed the Predator, of course. He confirmed Commando, out of all things. He's in talks with Commando, a remake or a sequel to Commando, and also definitely what seems to be the most probable, Conan. He's going to be playing King Conan, and he described it as, they're going to be realistic about it. So it's going to be Conan as an older king. He's disgruntled, and he emphasized that his role will change. So we can't expect him, obviously, to be running around slashing people with a huge sword.
Yeah.
But the fact that he'll be in it, Justin, is a boon.
Yeah, definitely. He's Arnold's doing the greatest hits tour.
Yeah. I at first I was, I mean, I still am very excited about Arnold coming back as Dutch, but the more I looked into it, it will most probably be like a voice over, don't you think, with Dan? It might be another animated. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
With like the Killer of Killers anthology.
Yes.
I could see there being a sequel of sorts to that where we have Naru, Dutch, and Hannigan, each in their own, or Harrigan, each in their own segments.
Get Danny Glover. Danny Glover would be just as big a prize. Oh gosh.
Oh man, he would. I bet he would do it too. I bet he would do it if they approached him.
He's kind of wispy, low voice. It'd be very cool.
Yeah. Oh man, great.
The door swings both ways. That's it.
Danny boy.
Oh man, talking about and obviously the undeniable voice of Arnold. You know, you could probably get someone who imitates him and get away with it. There's so many good imitators.
I'm sure. Yeah, I heard a comedian earlier today do a banging good impression of him. It sounded just like him.
Oh, crazy. But yeah, that's great news. And also, Justin, you did mention just before we clicked go about be mindful that there is a release, right, for Predator.
Oh, yes, a brand new comic book was released from
Yeah.
Marvel and Fox called Bloodshed.
Bloodshed, yes. So we'll look to cover that. Don't you worry. We just started. We just took off down the track with Black, White, and Blood. So we want to just do it, at least another issue, Justin, right, before we get into...
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but where we're doing 2 episodes a month, we'll be caught up pretty soon. And
absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Be very cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that. The Ken Lashley, I think, was the cover artist. Looks really good. So you can't wait to get into it.
Love his stuff.
We are getting ahead of ourselves, Justin. Let's, put the spear in the rack. Let's kind of that's a terrible saying. Let's look at Predator, Black, White, and Blood. I only say that because I've got it in front of me. Again, video people, you can see the visuals as Justin and I will talk about it. Spoilers, of course, and podcast listeners, we'll try to describe things as much as we can for you. So you aren't just resorted to like the red vision, like the Jungle Hunter was in the first movie. Anyway, Justin, we spoke about the cover last time. Here it is in all its glory. It has
I love it.
It's very good. I mean, predominantly black and white. It has the Japanese tinge to it, which we can understand now. But yeah, let's look at the credits. We've got 3 stories here. Have you got them there handy as well?
Yes, I do. Yep. Bloodwood Part 2 by writer Joe Kelly and artist Alvaro Lopez. And then we have The Expedition by writer Steve Fox and artist Philip. Is it Levy?
Sevi, I think.
Levy? Sevi. Okay. Yeah. I'll probably get that wrong. And then the final story is Kajime by writer Curtis Baxter and artist Ricky Bright. Or Aki Bright.
Aki Bright, yeah.
Yes.
So 3 new...
My eyes are getting old.
Oh. Well, Youch's... Justin, we don't have good eyesight, remember? Youch is...
That's true. We need enhancements to help us.
So yeah, 3 new offerings. One of them, the top one we know, is a serial story. Began in the first one. I don't know. Shall we just dive into it, Justin? Let's get into Bloodwood.
Yeah.
Part 2 by Joe
Sounds
Kelly.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the comments. I mean, overall, I thought this was a really cool progression of the story. Much of the comments were similar, I think, to the previous review that we had in that the use of colors, the use of green. At least it's consistent. At least it's being used here
Yes.
in the clothing and in a couple of other arbitrary ways. But I enjoyed this overall. I thought though, Justin, I had to actually go because I've got this in floppy format, but I read it digitally, and I had to go back a couple of times. I thought I missed a page or something. There seems to be a bit of a jump. I found that a little bit disconcerting. Yeah. But apart from that, it was
I
pretty
noticed
cool.
that too, Ray. Yeah, it was kind of abrupt, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Skip. Yeah.
So what were your initial thoughts apart from that little hiccup?
Apart from that, I really liked it, and I liked the explanation of how he lost his arm because his ship crashed,
Yeah.
and he was injured in the crash. But unfortunately, he had the worst luck in the world to come upon this warlord who took advantage of his injured state and chopped his arm off. Which I love. I think that's my favorite art sequence of this story are those 2 pages that show his crash on Earth and with the green the green blood and
Yes.
it's just I liked the use of the colors and the art combined together there. I thought it was really effective.
I agree with you there. I think this color was I mean in this instance, I think it's used really well. Like you get the overhead shot of Australia, actually very proud as the ship goes down. With a bit of the green. Although I have to admit, Justin, it's not as green Australia as it is only on the coasts. It's more red in the middle, but no, it's still very good use of the colors. And this was largely silence, which I thought was really cool. It's a nice little shift from the rest of the issue, the story, the segment. But yeah, good use of the blood and of the ship using the green and the gauntlet as well. So his armor is highlighted, which is really good. The art, as usual, I think is solid, fantastic. Alvaro Lopez, I'd like to see more of his stuff. He's really good.
Me too. I'd like to see him do a monthly Predator book.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was really cool. The jump that I had was this one, Justin, where because when I read this. Yeah, when I read it, I was like, hang on. Didn't we leave with the Predator standing in front of the big bad dude with the moustache? So what happened? And then he's back in the cage.
Out of the cage.
Yeah. And then, and so this instance, we've got, I believe his name's Philip with Millie. He's got him and his gang basically offering the Predator to kill Millie. So it seems to have jumped, and that kind of, shook me a little. But apart from that, did you find that detracting in any way?
I did. I felt like there was like a page that was missing somewhere with an interaction between Millie and these guys. It seemed like there was something missing, some conversation or some interaction or some conflict that we were missing.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make a lot of sense to me right away.
No. And to me, it was almost like the cliffhanger for the previous issue was that the Predator was face to face with his maker, and there was going to be something happening there. But it kind of backtracked a little. I can see that the function of which was good though, and I love this speak that Millie has in her thoughts in the captions of something along the lines of I believed in angels, but I didn't. Not angels were always look the way you kind of expect them to look, or something like that. That was really cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. But then we get like this is really, I think, really good as well. We get obviously the Predator making a run for it, which was not totally unexpected. I don't think, Justin. I think Millie's kind of shocked, but I think that was always on the cards. Any sign of a chance that it can escape at will. So. I thought the colours again were done okay here. It was good. It was predominantly white in this page, and I think that worked well with the action scene. Again, really beautiful art.
Yeah, the art is top notch. Great stuff. And there's my favorite part.
I was about to say, I thought so. Well, because he's such a douche.
And I have a prediction too. I bet that Rasucha, when he reads this, I bet that's going to be his favorite part too. I have a prediction about that. We'll see if I'm
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He pops ahead of Philip, the SIC, I think, to the main guy, and I love it. Gloriously bathed in blood there, but a nice,
Yeah.
just a nice mix there of the black, white, and blood
So
you've
good.
got there.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, and then so anyway, again it jumps, and I guess again, Justin, this is for brevity of storytelling that can be had. So I guess Joe Kelly has truncated it because we know Joe Kelly's an awesome writer, right? He's very predominant in a lot of Marvel comics and others. But then we have the big bad here. It's basically the Predator is being hunted now. So that's what's setting up for the next installment. But what did you think of this ending? Like,
I liked this, how they kind of have a rapport together, and the Predator has almost like a protective instinct where he gives the pelt of the dingo to Millie for warmth and stuff when he could have just as easily killed her or abandoned her in the wild.
yeah, because he's got no use for her, right? I can't think of a use that he would have for her other than maybe he needs some assistance in getting away, and so he's found her useful, similar to like Deck did with Thea. You're a tool. You're here to be used. Maybe that's how he's justified it.
Right.
Justin, they say that there's compassion in all individuals. They show it in different ways. None better than the Yautja skinning a dingo and throwing the pelt on Millie, still warm. If that's not saying I care for you, I don't know what does, Justin.
The ultimate token of affection.
Ultimate takeover. They should have Valentine's cards dedicated to this.
I would rip off a dingo's pelt for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Put that on one of those little candy hearts.
Exactly. Stay nice and cozy amongst the entrails of a dingo. Oh, God. Anyway, this was good. And Justin, I think in a very different way, and Joe Kelly's found it in a very creative way, is to show that, there is this trust and there is this kind of bonding between the two. They are a disparate duo, but it looks like they need each other to get away from what we see coming up ahead. And so again, I'd love the final shot of Millie with the dingo head
and the red eyes.
Which is a hair, because that's where the the eyes are meant. The eyes of the dingo. That's where the eyes are meant to be. What would have been really cool? Maybe it was too graphical. I mean, that's graphic enough. I would have loved to have seen like blood, like coming down. Coming down off Millie's face because it's fresh, right?
Yeah.
That would just give it a nice
horror.
It's
still warm, so
maybe a bit of steam.
Because we see blood dripping from the arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought was kind of strange because how long ago did he hack that arm off and it's still bleeding?
You're right. You're right, Justin. For want of artistic, I guess, license, maybe that. But they could have just flipped it around. As I said, put the blood on Millie's face. Just keep. I mean, that arm should well and truly be kind of dormant now.
You would think so, but Yautja physiology, maybe. Who knows?
Exactly. Maybe there's no white blood cells there to stop it. There may be. They're all what is it? Hemophiliacs. Maybe they're all.
That's true. That's possible. That's why they need the blue goop so that they can prevent bleeding out.
The ceramic tiles, Justin. The ceramic tiles. You got to have.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. I like that one. Let's kind of hold off the marking, I think, to the end like we did last time, I think.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Now, the second one, Sevi. I think you mentioned it was Sevi, right?
Sevi, yes.
Yeah, this was cool. The artwork reminded me a lot of at first because of the softness of the mountains and stuff. I'm kind of leaning towards Jeff Lemire, but it's not really Jeff Lemire. But it's just a nice little change in art, I felt, which was really good. But the
Yes,
expedition,
definitely.
yeah, Justin, read my mind. I know you can read my mind. What was I thinking? What were you thinking when you read this story?
Well, I was thinking that the beast that they were tracking, this expedition
Yes.
or hunting, was in fact a Yautja,
Yes, I thought that as well.
which
Yes.
was hunting them, and
Yeah.
vice versa. But then we discover no, actually, the mythological Yeti does exist, as a matter of fact. And the Yautja is hunting it as well and was using the humans as bait. I
Yeah.
love that. I think this is probably my favorite out of the three stories in this issue. I just thought it was so clever and brilliant and a great surprise. I wasn't expecting to see a real Sasquatch show up in this thing.
Well, that was a big surprise. Exactly as you said, I thought that it was, oh, okay, look at the footprint. It's probably a Yautja that they're kind of tracking, but
Yeah.
Steve Fox kind of made us subverted our expectations, which was really cool. No,
Yeah.
Justin, the original thought I was thinking, and I was using my brain waves to hopefully mentally telepathically tell you, was that remember the prose that we reread. It was from that anthology book, the novel.
Oh, yes.
It had
Yeah.
a Yeti as well. Like
Yes. I
yeah,
couldn't remember who wrote that
I
one,
can't
but
remember as well. But I thought, oh, so in one instance it was really cool, and the other instance I immediately linked it to that, going, oh yeah, we've seen this idea before, but it's good to see it like in visual form.
visual form. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you said, I really enjoyed it too. I think it was a nice, fun little, really quick and easy one-off thing, compared to at least the third story, which had a lot more layers and depth, I thought, Justin. But I'm saying the simplicity of this, not in a bad way at all. I think it was really well done. Art-wise, since they're in the mountains, obviously predominantly white and black, we see for the most part. What did
I
you?
thought it was great.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah.
They kept it stark and black and white, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
If they had added a bunch of green in here, it would have ruined it. It would have thrown it off. It would have looked weird.
Yes.
And the red that they used was sparingly, like
Yes.
you see, it's the sound effects, a little bit of blood here and there,
Yep.
but yeah, they used it really subtly, and I enjoyed that as a nice contrast from the first story, which had a lot of colors in every panel.
Yeah, it did. It did. This one, you got a feel for that explorer, not knowing this is set in the 1930s as well, so not knowing what the hell those three laser pointers are. He refers to it as a sort of ball lightning. I've never heard of that term, but
Ball lightning, yeah, that was an old thing, yeah.
but it certainly
Yeah.
was a bit more than that, fella. It blew off his arm. And as you mentioned, yeah, the surprise here, I think the big take here was the reveal of the Yeti. It was so cool to see. It's like going, oh my God, there is a Yeti.
I love it.
And it smashes one of the explorers. And the other guy, I think the other guy already bleeds out or dies, because there's that one guy that's left. But then then we get the short fight with the Yautja, which is really cool. So very simple story. There's not much talking, obviously, when the two creatures are fighting. There's a bit of green there, Justin, as they exchange.
Yeah, a little bit of
blows.
green.
Yeah. This again, like similar to your one. This is my favorite, the double page spread. I just like.
Nice.
The artwork was really well done.
So good.
Yeah, good to see that the Yeti got some licks in before finally succumbing.
Yeah.
But still,
Definitely.
still,
And this kind of reminded me of the old Dark Horse comic
Yes.
books too, a little bit.
the art
Both
certainly
in the
did.
art
Yes.
and the just the tone of the story.
Yep. Yeah, and I'd agree as well. And I like the ending as well. Again, very short, very compact. I think Steve Fox does a really good job with such a short amount of time to just get all the stuff in there. And then so anyway, the expedition goes back, and I love the ending. The ending's like, oh, it's really weird what that surviving explorer said when asked about the Yeti, and he says, "There's not anymore. There's not a Yeti anymore.
They're not there anymore.
Yeah.
There was one, but no longer.
Yeah, I mean, for those three gentlemen or sponsors or whatever they are, like, how cryptic is that last message? I love it. Like,
Yeah, it's so good.
so yeah, that was a very good issue story, I thought.
Yeah, excellent story.
And then we get the final one, Justin. It returns back to HOTU Prime. This one, I'm not entirely sure what I make of it. Maybe I flicked through it a bit too quickly. Maybe I need to sit down and read it again. But what were your thoughts on this one?
I think I'm with you on this one too, Ray. I think this is going to be one that has to grow on me. That I have to go back and read again a couple of times to truly get. Both in terms of the content of the story and the art. I felt like were just, I wouldn't say that they were off, because that's not accurate, but just not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing, of course, and it's not a criticism. It just, there's something about the tone of this story that I wasn't really, that didn't gel with me for some reason.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm kind of not alone in that. I thought maybe it was just too, like, I'm just really lowbrow and I had no idea what I was. But like,
no, not at all, Ray. No.
But I think it comes down to maybe there's just there's a lot of information in here and a lot of like reveals. Like, we know that there's a relationship between the Yaochu's hunting her. It's revealed later on that they're kind of younglings, and then there's this kind of dynamic between Kajimi, I think is her name, and her mother in the past, and then at the end she's got a son, Akita. I kind of like was like, oh, what's this all about? She's basically fighting on HOTU Prime. She's doing basically what Killer of Killers ended on, right? She's being hunted, but she's got a bionic arm, which was really cool. So it would be in the future at some point, you'd think. But other than that, I didn't know what it was really trying to say, like if there was anything.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I felt like it was trying to do too many things. Yeah. And like this flashback was fine. Yeah. I thought that this stuff with her character was good. Yeah. But maybe, I don't know, maybe if it had been set on Earth instead of HOTU Prime, I would have liked it better. Maybe that's the problem, is that having it set on HOTU Prime was kind of weird to me.
You're right.
Like, I don't understand why they didn't set it on Earth or a different alien world that's more neutral. Well, maybe and that way our focus would be less on the environment and more on the characters in the story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I took it as that she was one of the cryogenically kept, and we're talking distant future here, so like that's even in the future for us. But she was brought on because it seems that she's a proficient killer, and I guess the past shows that she wasn't the best before, but like she dispatches with the HOTU with ease, and you can place some of that to them being younglings, but she really has no problem like with them. Anyway, so there's all that, and I guess maybe you lose a bit of stuff there when it's just so easy for her to do. And then the question is, okay, then what is this story wanting to say? Like, what is it? Is it her journey? And I don't even. Yeah, I'm not even too sure what her journey is. She cuts her, so she's dishonored the family as well. So she willingly has her arm chopped off because she's dishonored the family. Okay, and then so what happened? Like, why is she on this HOTU Prime? Like, what did she? What I actually wanted to know is, like, how did she get there? What did she do? Was she like
Right.
Yeah. Was she like an assassin back in the day? Was she? How did they get their
mercenary?
Yeah. What brought the HOTU to her? And then I just didn't really understand. It seems like it's a reveal at the end. She says, starting with Akito, my son. Did I miss something there, Justin? Or
If you did, I missed the same thing. I did. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like there were a page or two cut from this that would have fleshed out this story better
yeah,
and made it more cohesive.
yeah,
That's the only thing I can think of, is that there was something that was in here, some element that was in this story before that was later removed,
yeah.
which could have made it make a little bit more sense in the grander scheme.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I think so. I think it needs to be, and like discussing it now, I think I can see slowly the links coming together. So we have the hourglass as well. So the younglings were under a time constraint to actually, as an initiation, to get her right, and they fail. So the last one blows up. Basically, I think that's my understanding. It's got some sort of inbuilt.
Yeah,
It just blew up.
it failed. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there must be some sort of parallel between the youngling's initiation and Kajima's initiation into becoming a killer. I think maybe that's it. But the only problem is, like, she dishonored the family. I mean, there's no mention that these younglings had dishonored the family, but that's the only parallel I can see. And then at the end, Justin, the clincher is, if she's on Yaocha Prime, did she come on it willingly? I assumed that she had been cryogenically woken. Then why at the end is she on her ship on the way home? Did they let her go?
Yeah. How did she get into the ship?
Yeah. Was that a bargain? Like, if she beat them, was she allowed to go home? Because we know that the Yaocha would just freeze her again. Like, surely. That's what they kind of did.
They'd have her go through this again in another 30 years or something.
Yeah.
Train more younglings.
Yeah, but she's allowed.
It's so strange.
It is strange. I mean, I like the futuristic element, and it's just it just poses a lot of questions. And I think this is a good example, Justin, of the difficulty of making or writing short stories like this in comic book form, especially if you've got a lot of ideas. I think. Yeah, I think the takeaway is that the previous story, The Expedition, shows you can keep it simple. And you can actually tell a lot. Yeah. So, so that was that final one there. Justin, we have...
Ooh, look at that cover.
Looks so cool. Issue 3 coming up. But we will obviously look at Bloodshed at some point too. So,
yes, that's also on the horizon.
Yes, I can see some names there, Justin. Jim Zub, I can see just from my eyesight.
Oh,
Jim
okay.
Zub and Rebecca something there, I think. So yeah, a couple of new good writers there. That'll be fun.
Very cool.
But Justin, going back to all three, I guess let's do some ratings. What would you give Bloodwood Part 2 by Joe Kelly?
Bloodwood Part 2, I'd give that one 3.5.
Okay.
Out of 5.
Yep.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought it moved the story along really well. There's just a couple of things I didn't like we talked about. The progression of the story was kind of clunky, but it was really good overall. Okay. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
What
about you? What would you give that one?
Yeah, I think it was a clunky, disjointed nature of the story that kind of threw me a little. Apart from that, I love the art and I love where it's going. It's fun. You can follow what's happening. It's just the way that it gets there to those points. It just seems a little bit disjointed. So I give it a 3. I think it's probably not the best. I preferred Part 1, but yeah. How about The Expedition by Steve Fox?
Expedition, I think, is another stone cold classic, not to put too fine a pun on it. I'd give that one a 5, just like the middle story in the last issue, another classic.
Oh, wow.
I loved it.
The second stories are killing it at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated this as well. It was very simple. For me, it tread on common ground because I'd remembered the one from the prose, the book. I can't remember the name of the book. It was
Yeah.
If it bleeds, I think I can't remember what it was called. Um,
Yeah, I can't remember either. I'll have to go back and revisit that book.
yeah, but I really enjoyed it. It was nice and simple, and it had a nice lot of action. Very kind of classic for me, classic dark horse looking art as well, which worked well.
Yeah.
And I thought
Yeah.
sparingly, predominantly black and white. It worked a treat.
Hmm.
And how about Kojima? Out of 5 there.
I would give
Curtis
that
Banks.
one probably two out of 5. Um, and I might go back and revisit it later and give it a higher score, but just on the merits of the weird disjointed storytelling, the fact that there were too many disparate elements within the story itself. And I also found the art to be, it was good, but it just didn't have any distinct quality about it, whereas the other two I felt did.
Yeah. So writer Curtis Baxter, yeah, and Aki Bright.
Mm.
I'm with you, Justin. I would unfortunately have to give it a 2 as well. I think it just doesn't work in this compact format. I can see it working as a full issue. I think Curtis
Yes.
Baxter really needs the 22 pages, 23 pages to tell what he wants to tell.
I agree.
But I think in this format, it just got lost. It got lost in too many ideas. I think the ideas need to be edited, or you strip it back, and you just allude to stuff. And yeah, so I think it lost there, unfortunately. But as you say, I 100% agree. If I reread it again, knowing now what it's kind of like, and then try to take my time with it, it might be a different experience. But just on first read, it was a little bit disappointing. So, HOTU clan members, that is it. That was our chat on issue 2, Black, White, and Blurred. Justin, it was fantastic as always.
Yes, fun as always, Ray.
Yeah.
These stories are a treat. Yeah, I'm
they
enjoying
are.
these quite a bit.
I love anthologies, and just obviously it's just made for Predators because there's so much. That's the other thing, Justin. Look, I don't want to get on the soapbox here. So if you indulge me, okay.
Of course, Ray. Of course.
I know it says it in the cover as well with Japan, but like, I'm a little starting to get into a little bit of Japan fatigue when it comes to Yocha stuff. It seems to be a go-to. There are so many stories with Yocha and the Japanese warriors. It'd be good to, yeah. That's probably what colored my opinion as well. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, we had the story in Killer of Killers that was very Japanese, and we've seen so many, like in the Dark Horse and
the movie
all kinds of
Predators
stuff.
as well. They
Predators,
did
it's
I mean, sorry, Curtis Baxter. It is, it's nothing to say you can't do it, but I just feel that it's always a go-to. And it's like, yeah. Anyway, Justin, is there anything that you want to give a shout out before we self-detonate? Before we blow up the city.
Before we destroy everything. Well, we'll listeners can find us also over on Capes and Lunatics.
Yep.
Me and Ray are over there several times on different topics. Lately, we've been talking about Wonder Man, but in the past, we've talked about Spider-Man and all kinds of stuff.
Slingers.
So check us out over there. Slingers,
yeah, keep an eye on that. And said, like, drop us a line as well if you want to say hello. Justin, you've got the Lost Library of Legends as well.
That's true. Yes, my solo
underrated.
show is still going strong. Yes, thank you.
Severely underrated. Go check it out. It's a treasure trove of just, unearthed titles and series that really, really deserves attention. So give it a go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Justin, I think that about wraps it for us. Are you going to slide in, put in the code in your gauntlet, and then...
I am.
Countdown.
I'm going to destroy this city with gusto.
Excellent.
Burn, baby, burn.
I'm just gonna continue hanging on this ledge at the side of a building, and then consider
There we go.
blowing up a
Yeah.
city block. Um,
You can watch the fireworks from a safe distance.
but until next time, listeners, HOTU clan members, thank you so much, and Justin, as always,
Yes, always remember,
shit
it happens.
happens. Catch you later.
See.